So in this section, we will be working on some of the tools and optimization techniques, which I think is most crucial part of application development, and further, or very frequently people overlook that, and that has direct impact on your product failure or success, and that is how fast your application loads, how easy it's for user to access your application once they go into the website and try to open your application. For consumer application, this is make or break sometimes, and that is the same reason why you spend so much on costly server, on good technology, and finally, if you don't perform these steps, then you're losing on a lot. I will prove this at this point right now. Now, in this section, we will be learning about Gulp and why Gulp is required. Gulp is a toolkit, as you can read here, to automate a lot of painful and time-consuming tasks. And after you have done the development, you try to then minify those development files. You try to say, okay, all these files or codes are ready, but I need to basically create a compressed version of the entire project to put it in production. And also I need to do some unit testing with my project. So to make sure that it's doing all the activities properly, because there are so many features you might be having when you try to deploy your application to production. Even if you have a full-time dedicated testing team, it's still better to automate a lot of testing use cases, which you are pretty much well aware of. So that's why you have Gulp. And one of the other variation, or I will say one of the other task runner which you have, is your Grunt. It does the almost same thing. It automates a lot of activities which you might not want to perform, like minification or combining all the files into one specific file for a user to use it, and this final version should be compressed or less size, and also unit test cases. You can see more on gruntjs.com and here gulpjs.com. Now both of this library we are going to see, and someone can argue that why I need to learn both. If I want to do it, just pick the best and I will learn how to optimize my application with that library. And you are probably correct. We have covered Grunt in one of our previous webinar series 1 year back. You can refer to that and utilize those information if you want to go for Grunt. But we will be using Gulp, and we will be finding a specific plugin for Gulp for UI5 application compression, which is having open source license, which anyone can use even for production use cases. Now, what we will be performing is we will be performing an optimization or final minification for our application here, path.ui5cn.com. Now, I will give you a small demo that how drastically performance can impact. So now we will do a simple demonstration of the speed test of how much time it takes for our application to load if we optimize it with Gulp and without Gulp. So let's try to go and open our incognito window. And here I'm going to give a path of my new version of the application, which is optimized with Gulp. And here I'm going to give the path of the old application, which I have not optimized with Gulp. And let's start this application first, and then I will be then executing this application. So both of them are starting. They are almost same piece of code in same server. Let's see who gets loaded first, or which application gets loaded first. So our first application, which is the new compressed application, is already loaded, and this is still taking time. It took little more than 7 seconds, and our first application took almost 3 to 4 seconds to load. If you test it repeatedly, then you will see that our new application, which is in path.ui5cn.com, sometime get loaded within about 2 to 3 seconds, and our whole application sometimes takes about 5 seconds to even 15 seconds. So depending upon network speed, it can vary. And our new application will take about 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Now in my computer, there's a lot of program running, so you might feel a small lag because of recording this video, but the performance has increased about 3 times. And this all is achieved because we have minified a lot of library and we have optimized the times your application need to contact your backend server for files or artifacts. So all this we will see in the sections of optimizing your UI5 application with Gulp, which is one of my favorite topic when it comes to application building with UI5, which is often overlooked or missed. So join me in UI5 2018 update to understand about entire process. Even if you are new to Gulp or Grunt and you have no idea about it, or if you have used Grunt previously and you want to understand that how to do it in Grunt, you can refer to our previous webinar. But in this particular section of the video course at week 5, we will be covering with Gulp because we are seeing a lot of library development already done. All you have to do is use this library and optimize your application and automate your activities. So let's catch up on the week 4 of your UI5 2018 update to see how to optimize your library with the Gulp NPM installer. So my name is Ajay Naik and Learn Simple.